Hi, good evening. This is Kenny Tan with Santa Mac Realty. We're here for the May 2021 market update in the state of California, Northern California edition. And we're hearing some background noise, but I'm pretty sure it's going to go away once we start the show. Tonight we got myself and a few other guests. Let me go ahead and put Judie on the screen. So there are four of us. And Lily Garipova is going to join us later on. Let me go ahead and introduce my guests. And instead of speaking second, she's going to be speaking first tonight. And her name is Jhoanna Cruz. And she's out of the city of San Jose. She's been with Santa Mac for at least, I think for at least 4 years now, close to 4 years now. Right? And then my second guest for this evening is Kathleen Xiang of the Tri-Valley area. And she's been with Santa Mac for 4+ years now. And my third guest is Judie Xue out of Sacramento. And she's been with Santa Mac for the last 5 years. So while we're waiting for Lily Garipova, let me figure out where the noise is coming from because I can't figure it out. All right. How about I have my guests mute themselves until they're ready to talk? All right. Maybe the noise will go away. Okay. Let's see who's in town tonight. We got a lot of people. We got Delena, thank you. Maria, thank you. Joe Hong, TM, and we got Marilla, Carrie Wang, Hannah Zhou, Feng Jiao, Howard, and we got Nick. Oh, hi. Welcome, Nick. I appreciate you showing up. Before we have the guests do their presentation, I want to share something with you that I never received before. Since I started my YouTube channel, as you know, this channel, before it is known as the Real Biz Academy, it was known as Real Estate License in 14 weeks. So all my video, if you've ever watched my video before, it's about how to get a real estate license in the state of California. I never quite got the recognition that I was hoping that I would get with the content that I was making for my videos. I think I wasn't too good with YouTube SEO back then, and that's why my YouTube videos wasn't showing up as they were supposed to. And then this afternoon I got a really nice email from a gentleman who watched my video. He couldn't join us tonight, unfortunately, but I'll show you the testimonial that he gave me. I thought that was a very nice testimonial. So he found me on YouTube and he sent me a message from MetroList. He's located in Riverside. I don't know how he got to MetroList. And this is what the man wrote. It says, "Just wanted to thank you for your efforts and content. In short, I paid for educational materials, classes to obtain my salesperson license." Of course, he didn't sign up for my class. He signed up for someone else's class. And then he said, "I completed all the courses to qualify for the exam. Due to COVID, had to wait an extended time to be rescheduled from September starting and then November finishing and applying. I got my date late March for today. Today is the day he passed the exam." And then he wrote, "In the last week, in about 6 days, I used your YouTube channel to cram and found how outdated the course I purchased actually was." So he felt that the course that he was purchasing was a little outdated after he watched my video. And then he said, "Anyways, in 4 days, I completed 0 to 14 weeks and all the practice test videos." In case you don't know how many videos that is, I've got 43 episodes of the real estate principle, which is about 15 minutes long each. And then I got 17 episodes of the real estate practice exam, which is about an hour each. So in 6 days, he completed all of those videos. And then he said, I breezed through the test with an hour and 15 minutes left of time and passed. So he basically took the test, crammed last minute, and then passed on the first try. Okay? And then he said, if not for your YouTube channel, it would have taken longer or maybe not even passed. So a big thank you for you, your office, business, and just human nature. Actually, a lot of people were surprised. Oh, Lily joined us. Let me get Lily in here. All right, Lily. Let me see if I can put Lily on the screen. Okay.
Hi.
All right, there are 4 of us. There are 5 of us right now. Okay,
Hi.
Lily, hang tight for a little bit. I'm just about to go over the testimonial that a nice gentleman wrote for me nicely this afternoon that I received. So let's go ahead and finish that testimonial. And then he said, just to add, I was getting my license to try and take my life back after suffering a stroke and losing vision in my left eye, and have been down emotionally for a while. So getting a license is really a big deal for this gentleman. And, to sit for the exam and pass it with with a lot of time left, and all this time taking the test with one eye only. I mean, I can relate to that because I got cataract on my right eye. So when I took my Nevada broker test, I practically took it with one eye only, okay? So I passed too, all right? And then he said, passing helped me check off a box of accomplished goals to get back up. So there is a wonderful story to inspire everybody. You see, real estate gives everybody an opportunity. He is probably on disability right now, but real estate gives him hope about maybe earning a living again. I frankly think that you can do real estate even with the handicap. Okay, nothing will stop a person from doing real estate. All right. So I just thought that is inspirational. I just wanted to share with you guys. Okay. So finally, somebody acknowledged my work, so I appreciate that. Okay. Now let's go over. Go back to the screen. Now we've got 5 people. Okay. All right, Joanna, why don't you say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Okay.
Have a good evening.
All right, great. Kathleen?
Sorry, I was unmuted. Hello, everyone. Very nice meeting you again here, and thank you, Kenny, for having me here today.
Okay. Judy?
Good evening, everyone. It's nice to see you all, your guys here.
Okay, your voice is a little soft. You might want to crank up the volume a little bit. All right, Lily.
Hi everyone. Hi, nice meeting you today here.
All right, Lily. Okay, since you are back, I was going to put Joanna first. How about I do this? I put Joanna first, and then you second, and then Kathleen third, and then Judy fourth, okay? All right, Joanna, why don't we start with you? Let me go to you and your slide. Okay, right. Why don't you give us a brief summary of what you're going to share with us tonight, and then dive into your chart.
Okay. So hello, everybody. Tonight I'm going to do a market update for Oakland instead of Oakley. It's just a new area that is being touched right now in terms of the buyers market. So I'll give you guys just a brief overview of what's going on in Oakland.
Oakley or Oakland? Oakley, right?
Oakland.
Oh, I love hearing about Oakland. All right, let's go to
Yes.
see what you have to offer in Oakland. All right, Oakland market. Okay.
So, why Oakland? So, right now, all of the neighboring cities in Oakland are, as you know, they're very, very expensive. You would have the neighboring cities like Emeryville, Alameda, San Leandro. San Lorenzo and Hayward itself has gone up since the pandemic started, and the housing market has just skyrocketed for these cities. So a lot of the buyers that I have been working with lately, we have been touring Oakland for the last month, and you'll be so surprised wherein there is still some pocket areas in Oakland that are good neighborhood, and they have the same square footage or family family environment, same as Emeryville and San Lorenzo, San Leandro, and Hayward. So right now, homes in Oakland are being sold about 12% asking price in April. The median homes are being sold at 886,000. This I can tell you, I've written a lot of offers in Oakland, and most of them have waived their contingencies. Most of them are the inspections contingencies. That's what I've been hearing from the listing agents, and most hot homes are actually being sold above about 29% above asking, um, above listed price. Next slide, please.
Of course.
So right now, you just see some neighborhoods that have appreciated in Oakland since 2000. As you can see, West Oakland, Adeline Street. So these are just the top 10 of areas or neighborhoods that are very popular right now in Oakland. Next slide, please.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the biggest concern about Oakland for a lot of people or buyers before that they're, the stigma of being a bad neighborhood, not a safe place to go. However, that's not the case with Oakland. You have Montclair, Piedmont areas, though, so there is like good areas um, for all buyers price range in Oakland, and also same thing with the schools. So there's a lot of options, and I believe just because a lot of like the Bay Area market is just so hot right now, a lot of people have been tapping into Oakland, and you'll be like I said, you'll be so surprised in terms of what it has to offer. Next slide, please.
Mm-hmm.
So current market condition, like any other cities in the Bay Area, it is bidding wars. Every listing buyer's agent can attest to that. So I just put these little slides, and just this is how it feels like lately in the market, in the market conditions right now in Oakland. So next slide, please.
Mm-hmm.
Current inventory. There is a lot of homes that are being sold in the market. As I mentioned earlier, they're averaging out about 12 days in the market. But a lot of my buyers have been asking, as you can, like one of these memes that are out in the market is like, hey, I'm thinking about my house in the market. Um, it does feel like when it was back in April of last year that everybody's trying to find a toilet paper. So
Now we don't
that's the
worry about it.
comparison.
Now we don't even
I'm
think
sorry.
about toilet paper. We don't think about toilet paper these days.
Yeah,
But the
but it's
market
just
is
like,
still pretty hot.
yes, it is. And that's what it is. It's just like people want to get in to buy a house because they're taking advantage of the low interest rate. And that's where we at. There's just good homes in a good neighborhood are just flying out. It's just they don't stay in the market for too long. So next slide, please.
Mm-hmm.
So our ultimate goals as buyer's agent, and also for me as a buyer's agent, is to get our offers accepted. This is how I feel when my offer gets accepted. And a lot of the one of the things that I've learned working with today's market, with working with listing agents, is really building that relationship before once once the once you find out that your client actually is very interested in the property. Building that relationship makes a lot of difference. One example is my current I have a current pending in Oakland, and the listing agent told me I was not the highest offer. And the only reason why she kind of pushed for me to accept my offer to the sellers is because I have been very responsive, and I've been having that good relationship with her. I'm following up. So that makes a lot of difference. And she said in this market, they need that. They need to have an agent who actually willing to work together as a team. So I was very fortunate to get that offer accepted also, because they do know they receive a lot of offers in that particular property.
Did you have
So
any contingencies?
yes, we did have contingency, which is the appraisal and the loan contingency.
And you still get your
We
offer accepted?
Yes, we
Did
only
you
waive
consult
the
your
inspection.
buyer? Did you consult
Yes,
about your buyer about giving up on some of the contingencies?
yes, I did, and they were okay with it. Yes, in this market, it's just uh, they we're just very fortunate that the buyers uh, have family who does construction rehab, so they'll be able to, because they're planning to renovate the home anyways, so they were able to take out most of the contingencies removed.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah. So that's all I have. If you guys have any questions about Oakland, I feel free to ask me anything. But like I said, if you have first-time home buyers, Oakland is the place right now in the in the East Bay, that you might want to take them. You'll be so surprised in terms of what you can find in Oakland during this market.
All right, thank you, Joanna. We'll have you back
Okay.
during our conclusion. Now I need to go
Sure.
to Lily Garipova, and let me find out where Lily is at. I think she's here. Oh no, she's not here. So,
I am here.
okay, you're there. All right,
Yes.
Lily. Okay, I'm looking at you now. All right. So, since you don't have any slides, we'll be looking at you all the time tonight.
Okay.
All right. Why don't you go start telling us about the market update for your area?
Okay, so just I have a clients all over Bay Area. So if you ask what changed since the last month, nothing changed really. So and yeah, I just submitted today an offer for Newark home, which was home not in a really good school area. It's a good square footage, and they had 4 offers actually, which is pretty good for the house with not many, I mean, like not a good schools.
What
So
kind of
and
school district do they have? 5 and
uh,
6?
even less, probably 4, 5.
Oh,
Yeah, and 4 offers. I mean, like that's a pretty good amount of offers, and they've been very strong offers. Um, Also, I've been submitting today for Danville, and there is like 2 units in Danville which are priced at 749, and these units in community on Tasahara Road, they have foundation issues, right? So every unit has 52K assessment. So basically every unit in this community, 150 homes, they have to pay 52K as an assessment. And still, these 2 units, each of them had about 100 showings, right? And I had a client whom I submitted, we actually submitted 70K above asking price for this unit. And of course we got, I mean, like we lost because no response. And I
is that
think
in Danville, you said?
In Danville, yes. And I had another client who wanted to submit with me, but they didn't because I already represented another client for this unit. So just imagine the cheapest Danville community units like townhomes with a foundation issue, and they had like 100 showings, and then we bid at 70K above, and we still lost it. So I think it's going to go for 850 or maybe even higher.
Is that
So
a condominium?
it's a townhouse, but
Townhouse.
like it's a townhouse with a foundation issue, right? Like it's not a
Yeah.
regular townhouse. So and still there is like 100 showings for each of these units, right? And of course I mean like I expected to have a bidding war because in Danville to get a townhouse of this square feet and get it like under 1 mil, it's really hard. So yes, we are still in a bidding wars. The same thing in San Jose. Like my clients just called me and they saw a house listed at 1 million, and it was in a not a good school area, right? It's closer to, it's between a little bit above Cambrian, but it's like not. I can't name the area, but I know it on the map. So schools are not good. Just so the house was listed at 1 million. They didn't have a due date. I called them, and my client wanted to put 100K on top, non-contingent. But I called the agent and I said, "Do you have anything at 1 million, like one?" And she said, "Well, I have four above 1,150,000." And I'm like, "Okay, so we just didn't even submit, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have a chance." So, and they all come non-contingent, of course. So even trying to negotiate saying, hey, we're coming non-contingent, we're going to put the deposit within 1 day, it doesn't mean much. So yes, it's everywhere is highly competitive. And I have never seen even like one house. Actually, yes, I had one case when in San Jose, one listing agent, he reached out to me and he said, so there was a house close to uh, the area. It's in the Blossom Hill Valley, but then you have to drive your kids like 7 miles to high school. You have to drive them in a car, right? So, and I know why this house didn't get multiple offers. So they reached out to me and they said, hey, we have one offer. Is your client willing to submit? And I said no, because my client will have to drive their kids like what, 7 miles to high school, and they're not willing to do that. So yes, some houses occasionally you would see not to have multiple offers, but majority they will have multiple offers, especially
In
if the
this
house has,
market,
yes,
other than
if
this one that did not have multiple offer, did you see any other listings that did not have multiple offer?
no, no, no. And you know what? Actually, you know what? Right now, what I'm doing, even before submitting, I'm just honestly talking to the agents. I'm calling them and I'm saying, "Hey, do you have 1.1?" They would say no, or they would say, "Yes, we have above 1.1, closer to 1.2," right? So and then they will let me know if I should submit, because I tell them straight away. I say like, hey, my clients want to submit at 1.1 and they're coming non-contingent. Do we have a chance or no? And they tell me right away no. So, and I'm not even worrying about like submitting, because if my like agent assures me that there is like already 5 or 7 offers above 1.1, yeah, we're just moving on to the next one. And like if there is a chance, we submit. Mm.
Got it.
And yes, it's very hard, but it's doable. I actually just got my offer accepted in a Newark home, and so it's up to my buyers to decide if they want it.
How much
We
was that
came
one?
Okay, we came at 1.3 cash, and today the agent actually, he texted me and he said he had 1.325 loan, right? But it was non-contingent, and the sellers decided to go with our offer. So yeah, just because it was cash. So
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
uh,
That's awesome.
mhm. Yeah, it's hard for the buyers, but it's doable, right? And it's doable with loans. As I always say to my buyers, you just don't stop. You keep submitting, and your house will come, and you just have to wait for the right house.
Okay, excellent. So let me quickly ask you.
Mhm.
I know you've been very, very busy lately.
Mhm.
What are the buyers' sentiments right now? Are they still pretty gung ho? Are they pretty depressed?
Some people are, they're losing hope, and then in a little bit, like let's say they take a break for 2 weeks and they're coming back, because like some of my buyers, they say, hey, we just need to lock our money up, like they have the cash and they just want to lock it up in some property. That's the reason why they're searching. It's like, um, a lot of people worried about the inflation and so on, and they just want to move forward and buy a house, a townhouse, whatever it takes, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's yeah. Some of them are, like I have some clients still picking, but then like it's very hard to pick and choose the right house for some people. um, yeah, but mm, some of them, yeah, they become depressed. But my job is to uplift them, right? Like, and I'm saying, okay, let's
Yeah.
move on. We have to go, like, look at this house, and there is like, usually if I have some property which I will have a potentially think that we can get it, right? I will send it to them and I say like, hey, do you like it? We have some room to get into the house. Do you want to try? And they would say like, yes. A lot of my clients, like some of them are on standby, right? Like they just waiting for what I'm not sure, but yes, I think the prices are growing, and I don't know where. I mean, like I think they're gonna keep growing this year if we're gonna
Yeah,
go like that.
sounds like the situation is pretty much the same as month before. Well,
Yes.
thank you for your input and thank you for the presentation. I'll have you back to give us an opinion on the future outlook of the market when
Okay.
when we finish our presentations with some of the other speakers. Let me go to Kathleen right now, so stand by.
Okay.
Hello,
Thank you.
Kathleen, it's your turn. So why don't you give us a quick summary of what you're going to tell us and then take us through your presentation. I think you're muted, so.
Yeah. Thank you, Kenny.
Okay.
Today I'm gonna talk about East Bay housing market, including the Tri-Valley area, and also an upcoming listing in Mountain View, my new listing. So before heading into my topic today, I'm gonna talk about the two townhomes that Lily just talked about. I took my
Oh,
buyers.
yeah.
Yeah, I took my buyers to see those two townhomes too, and one thing to mention, at least one of the sellers decide to pay for that special assessment is 51,000 or 52,000, I believe. So as long as I think the buyers are like, as long as the HOA gonna take care of it or the seller's gonna take care of it, they still see a chance. So it won't be too much an issue to worry about.
All right,
So
can we get some explanation about what special assessment is and why is there a special assessment?
okay, I'm the board member of my HOA association, so I get to know a little bit about the assessment. Assessment basically is a monthly due you pay every month to the HOA, which will cover the regular maintenance. Every year we're gonna run a budget meeting, and we will decide to either to raise up or even lowering down the monthly dues. Part of them going to the regular maintenance and part of it going to reserve that's going to cover whatever comes up in the next few years or even 10 years, 20 years in the long run. And special assessments usually comes up when something not covered or not in the reserve to be covered in the future. So like the foundation issue, they found something, I think for this community is the earth movement, something related to that. So they need to have a special assessment because they have no funds reserved for this part in the regular assessment. So they need a special assessment to cover this kind of stuff. Sometimes they will raise the monthly dues to even it up for the upcoming years. Sometimes they will just do one-time assessment, special assessment.
Okay, now I understand. Thank you. Let's go to the slide.
Yeah. And yeah, so today I'm going to share with you the first in Pleasanton. This number has risen a lot. The average sale price in Pleasanton reached almost 2 million. So it's a 40% raise from the same time last year. It's even a very big jump from this number from last month, and which shows the housing markets, I mean the buyers that are actively buying in Pleasanton, they're looking for more higher end homes, like around 2 million for now. Before they are looking into the houses lower than 1.5. Now they're about 2 million, that price range.
So the 2 million, the 1.94 is then like an average sale price in Pleasanton. How is this
Yes.
number compared to last month?
Last month, actually, it is 1.7, is 1,770,000.
Wow, it's gone up so much in a month?
Yes, and from the same time last year, it was 1,395,000. So it's a big jump.
Hmm. Well, it's good to know.
Okay.
Next number?
So the next slide.
All right.
The average square footage is $739 per square feet. And this shows a 28 raise from same time last year. So Pleasant market is very hot and it keeps
Okay.
rising at this moment.
All right. Keeps rising. Good.
And the sale price list price ratio is still, I remember last month is 110%. And for now it's 110% still. Same time last year is 106%, I think. So everyone's beating up. So if you're thinking about putting an offer, it's definitely over the asking.
Okay.
Yeah. Next. Okay, the month supply in Pleasanton is 0.6 month, which means all the houses, which means inventory is still very low and the buyers are still very active. So the same time last year is 2.4 months. Basically, all the houses on the market with the speed, sales speed of that month, it will take 2.5 months. But for now, it's only like half months. Everything gonna be gone. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So next slide, I'm gonna talk about Dublin. So this number is the average sale price in Dublin is a little lower than 1.5 million, but it still shows a 26% raise from the same time last year.
Okay.
And yeah, let's see the next one. The average average dollar per square feet is 677, is 34% raise from last year. The
Wow,
price,
that's a huge increase.
yes, I know.
Okay.
And the sale price to list price ratio actually is even higher than Pleasanton. It's 112%. And at the same time last year, it was 102%. With this being said, I have a listing that I shared with all of you during the last month's market update. I don't know if you still remember, Kenny?
I remember. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It was a single family in Dublin area. And actually, the buyers and the sellers gonna sign the final documents tomorrow. We're about to close. And that house we put on market on I think on a Friday, and by Sunday night we're already in escrow.
Oh my God.
So it's a very successful listing. And actually, we got an offer by Saturday night, one offer, preemptive offer in hand. So basically that weekend, I was on the phone from morning 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. talking with all the agents that schedule the appointments and encourage them to show them as soon as possible because we have an offer in hand. And I balanced out with 5 more offers, and all of them are very excellent offers. And my sellers get some negotiating power, so they get the best and highest one.
Awesome. All right. 0.4.
Okay, 0.4 is for the month supply. You can see the doubling area, the inventory is even lower compared to the buying power. I mean, so last year, the same time last year is 1.8 months, but for now it's 0.4 months. All the houses on market gonna be gone.
Significant. All right.
Yes. Okay.
Mountain View.
Yeah. Today I'm gonna show you another listing. I'm gonna put on market in a day or two. It's a Mountain View townhome with 2 bedroom, 2 bath. The square footage is even bigger than the single family I had in Dublin. It's 1,323 square feet, and it's recently built in 2017. And it's very spacious. We we did the inspection report, and everything came back clean. And it's a ideal location, very close to 85, 101, and 237. And it's very convenient to everything. The Google's different campus and all other big employers, and also shoppings, restaurants. So it's very centrally located.
Okay. Do you have any other photo, or just the only
Yeah,
one?
I have another page.
Oh, okay.
These are
Great.
not professional photos because we just finished the staging today. I took some photos, and the stagers sent me over some photos as well. So you can see it's very beautifully staged and a very nice location.
Do you know how much the HOA is?
The HOA is around a little bit over 200, so it's
That's not
very
bad.
low. Yeah.
It's pretty low.
Yeah, and the
Okay.
school district is very good too for this location. And they have 2 bedrooms on the 3rd floor, and the 2nd floor you can see on the picture on the right. You can fit in a study or working area, office area, and it's very functional for this home.
All right. Thank you for the wonderful presentation, Kathleen. Now I'm going to go to Judy, our next
Thank you,
guest.
Jenny.
Judy, hope you're ready now. I'm going to come to you now. Okay, Judy, it's your turn to give us a presentation. So why don't you go ahead and start?
Okay. Kenny, have you received my email I sent you just now?
You got slides?
Yeah, I sent
Why don't you start
email.
talking, and then I'll look for the
Okay.
slide, okay?
Okay. First, I want to do a very quick update on the market this month.
You need to increase your volume a little bit. It's kind of soft.
Oh, okay. Is this sounds better?
I think it's still kind of soft. But that's okay. Do your best, okay?
Okay. I just want to give a quick update on this month's Sacramento's market. So the good news is we have more houses. The inventory we can see.
All right. Let me see if I can raise your volume a little bit. It is kind of soft, okay?
Okay. You still think
Not sure
it's a
why.
little bit
Not
soft?
sure why. Give me a
Okay.
second. Did you
So
lower
the
your
good-
volume?
Let me try this one.
Kind of raise it a little bit so we can all hear you very well.
Is this better?
Or
right
else you're gonna have to shout.
now? Is this better right now?
No, I can hear you, but I'm not sure if they can hear you though. Okay.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and put your slide on this this right here. Okay, keep talking. Keep talking.
Okay. So the good news is we have more houses in the market. The
All right, your
inventory
slide is
is
on the
going.
screen.
Okay. We can see the inventory is going up a lot. And April compared to last month, it's go up almost 16%. And starting May 1st, it's even go up 41%. So my guess is due to the COVID-19, most of person has vaccine. So our life is can back on track. So we have more houses on the market. However, I didn't see the market we will have less competition. The property price is still climbing up, and the days on market is got even shorter. So if buyer want to hold and wait to see whether the market will get less competitive, I will say maybe we can some turnaround time next year, but definitely not. I'm not seeing in the recent couple months. Kenny, could you change to the next slide?
I only got one slide. Did you send me more than one slide?
Yeah, it should be four slide.
I only see one slide.
Okay. Could you double check your email?
I am double checking my email. Why don't you keep talking?
Okay. Okay. Anyway, so the property price is going up also around 3%, which is kind of normal this year because as I remember, last few months the highest we go up almost 8% per month, and I think the increase is slowing down a little bit due to the inventory is increasing, and the days on market.
Yeah, I only see one slide. Unfortunate, Judy. I can't find another slide. That's the only one I have. Judy, you still there? Or we may have lost Judy. Are you there still, Judy? I think we might have lost her. Just a sec. Let me see if I can find her. Yeah, we lost Judy already. All right. Let's. Oh, okay. Here she comes. All right, Judy. Now you can talk. I don't have another slide. That was the last slide. The only slide I have, unfortunately.
Okay. I will talk based on my memory. Okay.
Also, you need to increase your audio because it's hard to hear you. Is that the
Still,
best you can do?
I really have to yell. Okay. Let's get closer. Hopefully, it will help.
Okay.
So since we going up, so we can see less competition because the property price increase is slowed down a little bit. This month compared to last month, it's only increased 3%. Compared to a couple months before February and March increase, it's at least 5 to 8% every month increase. So I think our market it can go back to normal. It's not as competitive as before, but still very hot.
Okay, so there is hope that things will ease a little bit into the summer, right?
That's my hopes, and which is really good news for the buyers. And also, I don't know, it's just happened to me or all other agents feel same. I feel there are more cash buyers in the market right now. Somehow I um, lost on two offers in this 3 weeks to all cash buyers. And of course, if you got a loan, you are less competitive to all cash buyers. But somehow we got one offer as backup offer got accepted because the previous buyer withdraw their offer. So we got a little bit lucky. But this year, I still see more cash buyers in the market. I don't know whether other agents feel the same.
More cash buyers this year?
Yeah, I feel more. I feel more cash buyers this year, but I have no numbers to support that yet.
Okay, okay.
And today I got one offer accepted in the Folsom area. As I
Nice.
mentioned, yeah, as I mentioned before, I feel Folsom is very competitive market, even more competitive than El Grove area. Better school district, good environment. So recently my offer got accepted. It's all no appraisal and loan contingency and a very very short 20 days closing date. So somehow the buyer have to squeeze everything and do their highest and best to win the offer. And now, right now, it's you got lesser chance to count on the listing agent send out multiple counter offers or counter offers, um, because all buyers is doing their bias and highest. So right now,
For you?
the listing agent just go ahead pick the highest and best offer to accept it. So if the buyers want to hold a little bit and just to give a shot and give a try, most likely it's not going to work. Honey?
Okay, I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a voice okay right now or?
Yeah, I raised the volume so I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, great. So pretty much that's all I feel regarding the market this month. Um, Very similar to last month, but we see some good signs, more inventory and less property price rise. So hopefully we can back on track in the next few months, so the buyers can feel less competitive um, to got their offer accepted.
All right, thank you so much, Judy. Now let's go to the conclusion of today's training. So let's see, is Lily around? Yeah, Lily is around. Lily.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know why we have an extra person here. Oh, okay, now we're good. All right, so I appreciate everybody showing up tonight to support us. Okay, it means a lot to us, and our guests did very well. They all made their presentations. Now it's my turn to ask questions of the guests. For each of the guests that we have, what do you think the outlook of the real estate market is going to be in the next 6 months? Nobody has a crystal ball, but just use your gut feeling and tell us. All right, we start with Jhoanna Cruz.
Oh, in my opinion, the market is still going to go up. We're just in spring, we're already seeing this trend, the bidding war trend. So it's definitely going to go up, especially in the summer months. Once kids are out from school and they're looking for a new place. I say that because one example is Mountain House. I received a notification from one of the salespersons over there and said they're eliminating the waiting list. This is a brand new community. They're eliminating the waiting list and they're putting up all of their new uh, homes in the market so that everybody can bid. This is for new homes. So it's definitely crazy right now in in the Bay Area and Tri Valley area. So
Are you saying that the builders are pushing to sell more?
they're pushing to sell more and they are actually getting, I don't want to say they're trying to be greedy, but they're trying to get the best, more, they're getting the best offer they can get for these new homes.
So
Um,
it's
Mountain House is
basically
doing it.
bidding for new homes, bidding for new homes, then, right?
Yes. A lot of people are going towards new homes because they're just going to waiting list. They don't have to bid. Now they are going to that direction. Oakley, also DR Horton is also doing the same thing as well. So new
All right.
homes, expect something similar situation is going to happen soon.
Okay, all right, thank you. Somebody was clapping their hands after you spoke. Was that your husband?
Yeah.
Anyway,
the
now
background,
it's
but no.
all right, Kathleen. I know you have somewhere you need to go tonight, and we appreciate you come out and join us despite your busy schedule. She's busy working on her new listing. I know that. All right, Kathleen, why don't you tell us your opinion on the outlook for the market in the next 6 months?
I tend to agree with Joanna because the same reason, because of the whole new homes. I went to see a new home community with clients this last weekend, and it's a brand new single family homes, and the waiting list is 200, more than 200 people, and this is around the 2 million range in Saramon. So so where those buyers gonna go, right? So they're still waiting. All this, especially important is all these buyers are pre-qualified by the builder or by the bank or mortgage lender, because they need to have a pre-approval to get onto the list. So there are just for the single family homes, there are 200, more than 200, and there are type of community and 1 million range. So those are either condos or townhomes. Those waiting lists are about 100, 200, stuff like that. So the list kept going on. And one thing is, when back in earlier this year, I took my clients to this first time to this new townhome. It was like the lowest price starting point is 800 something, and now everything's over 1 million for this new builder in Saramon. So all these buyers are actively bidding or waiting for the new home releases, and I think the market keeps getting hotter and hotter.
No chance of easing off
I don't see it
2021.
for now.
All right, Judy, why don't you express your opinion on the outlook of the market in the next 6 months? Judy, can you hear? You need to turn your microphone on. Right now it is showing muted. Okay, now we can hear you. Can you talk? All right, let me come back to you. Lily first. You need to fix your microphone. All right, Lily, we'll continue with you while we wait for Judy to fix her microphone.
Mhm. Yeah. So,
What's your opinion on the outlook for the next 6 months for the real estate market in your area?
Well, I think we're gonna go only to grow, and the prices are gonna grow. It's not gonna go down definitely. So my only hope was, for some reason, like I was thinking maybe some people will leave to the, like for vacation or go visit the families, right? Like in the country. So that will probably ease it a little bit, but still, like it's not easy if out of 15 offers, 5 would be missing. It's still gonna be not enough, right? So we are gonna be in bidding war, and we're gonna only grow. So I don't see any potential or anything which will indicate the slowdown of the market. There is lots of buyers, lots of buyers.
All right, thank you, Lily. Now, Judy, can you talk right now? Can't hear you. Can't hear you, but that's okay. While we're waiting for Lily, let me share a few thoughts with you guys. I mean, isn't the main culprit the inventory? I mean, the interest rate is gonna rise, right? Does anybody have a difference of opinion about the direction where the interest rate is going? Is anybody thinking that the interest rate is going to go down? If you think the interest rate is going to go up, eventually some of these buyers are going to be priced out. And what we really need to do is to get more homes on the market. How do we get more homes on the market? We encourage more people to sell, right? And I've been telling you guys, I said, probably one of the most productive way to get people to sell is to call them. Is anybody hoping that a stranger might call them and say, come list my home? Are you hoping that a stranger might call you? Maybe somebody you know might call you, your friend or your relative might call you. But stranger, they got distracted by so many agents. They're not gonna call you. If they want to sell their home, they don't call you. So you have to make the calls. So one of the things I want to go back and do in the next couple of weeks, I want to do prospecting again. Okay, I'm going to prospect again, but this time I'm not prospecting the expired list. I'm most likely going to prospect the neighborhood list. Okay, calling people to see if I can inspire some people to sell. That's what we need to do. Call people, inspire them to sell, and we get more listings, and the buyers get more homes to choose from. Let's see what Alec had to say. It's going to be towards the end of the year, so more sellers can still get into the market this year. Well, what are you trying to say that, Alec? Okay, I can't read the interest rate is going to be towards the end of the year, so more sellers can get into the market. Well, these sellers are having difficulty finding the home that they like. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they are not selling. I have a buyer. I actually had a seller, who wanted to let me list a home in San Leandro. But on the condition that I find a replacement for home. She's retired. She doesn't have extra income. So I'm going to have to look for a certain type of property for her before I can list a property. All right, Lily, can you talk to us now? Or you're done for the evening?
Yeah.
No, Lily, I'm talking about Judy, sorry. Judy. Can you talk? Okay, still can't hear you. All right, Judy, unfortunately, we're going to have to pass on you tonight. And let's see who else. All right, somebody's saying goodbye already. Okay, all right, Lily Judy, I apologize it didn't work out for you tonight toward the end. But we'll hear your opinions next month, in the month of June, okay? When you come back for a market update. All right, thank you, everybody. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do. And if you like today's presentation, please give us a thumbs up, okay? And share the content with your friends and relatives. And if you have any comments about tonight's program, leave your comments in the comment area. Okay, have a wonderful evening, everyone. And everybody have a nice weekend. All right, time to say goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.